pro-life movement has been getting more attention than ever from this White House. In the last 10 months, pro-life leaders have met with the president more than a dozen times. But this week, we learned that a new GOP bipartisan health care deal does not address federal funds for abortion. Joining us now to talk about pro-life public policy is John Gizzi, White House correspondent for NewsMax. Welcome back to the program, sir.
Always a pleasure, Lauren. Thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Earlier in our show, Mark Irons reported about a 17-year-old undocumented immigrant who's trying to get an abortion in the U.S. And a federal judge is ordering the government to allow the abortion. HHS, Health and Human Services Department, is appealing that decision. Is this move by HHS a reflection of the influence that pro-life groups have at the White House?
There's no question about it. And I would simply say to those who have any doubts about it or see other motives, would it have happened under the previous administration?
Heck no.
I rest my case.
Okay. The HHS always issued a draft, has issued a draft strategic plan of what the administration wants. And I was struck by this language. It says the mission is to protect Americans at every stage of life, beginning at conception. Now, you've been covering the White House and politics for 40 years, is that right?
Pretty close to it.
You think President Trump is more committed to the life issue than other Republican presidents?
Well, one has to realize Ronald Reagan was someone who began as pro-choice, signing a liberal abortion law when he was governor of California, but studied the issue and came around to be a very forceful champion of the life issue. Ditto for both Presidents Bush. So I would say Donald Trump continues in that tradition. What people should realize that the Republican Party is increasingly becoming the party of life, albeit with tolerance for those who are pro-choice. But I say that President Trump just continues in a strong modern tradition.
There's a bipartisan health care bill that is for consideration. The president supported it, he's not supported it, but it doesn't address abortion funding. And you pressed the White House spokesperson, Sarah Sanders, yesterday about this. I watched it, and she said the president, quote, would like to see a health care bill that does not include funding for abortion, but she wouldn't commit to what would be. Do you think he will sign a bill if it includes abortion funding?
No, because I think while she didn't make a commitment, she came very close to it. She was almost on the periphery. And I do believe that the sine non qua non for the pro-life movement is going to be a lot of the little things, the details, that somehow could let abortion language and abortion funding slip in the law, and the administration will stop it. She came very close to saying that. I think they'll have more to say about it in the weeks ahead, particularly when a new HHS secretary is chosen.
Thank you so much. It's always wonderful to see you here, John Gizzi, White House correspondent for NewsMax.
The pleasure's all mine. Call on me anytime, Lauren.
Will do.